Guruvye Namaha. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Bhajan.
Ganapati Bappa Moria, Mangala Murti Moria.
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 Siddhi Vinayaka Moria, Girijanandana Moria.
Siddhi Vinayaka Moria, Girijanandana Moria.
Siddhi Vinayaka Moria, Girijanandana Moria.
Ganapati Bappa Moria, Mangala Murti Moria.
Ganapati Bappa Moria, Mangala Murti Moria. Ekadant Jaya Moria, Gauri Sut Jai Moria.
Ekadant Jai Moria, Gauri Sut Jai Moria.
Ekadant Jaya Moria, Gauri Sut Jai Moria.
Ekadant Jai Moria, Gauri Sut Jai Moria.
Jai Lambodar Moria, Agradev Jai Moria.
Jai Lambodar Moria, Agradev Jai Moria.
Ganapati Bappa Moria, Mangala Murti 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 Moria.
Vigna Vinashaka Moria, Jai Ghumeshwar 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 Moria.
Gajanana Jai Moria, Vidya Varidi Moria.
Gajana Moria, Vidya Varti Moria.
Ganapati Bappa Moria, Mangala Murti 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 Moria.
Bhavani Nandana Moria, Jai Shivanandana 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 Moria.
Jai Modaka Priya Moria, Ashtavinayaka Moria.
Jai Modaka Priya Moria, Ashtavinayaka Moria.
Ganapati Bappa Moria, Mangala Murti Moria.
Bolo Ganapati Bappa Moria, Mangala Murti Moria.
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 Ganapati Bappa Moria,
Mangala Murti Moria.
बोले गजानन स्वामी की जय जय श्री राम. Namaskar everyone and welcome to the Hindu Prachaar Kendra's Sunday morning satsang, live as usual from our Sri Ram Vijay Mandir located at Jalibia Trace, Raghunanan Road in Enterprise, Central Trinidad. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It is always a joy to be in your company for satsang. And we are a little more excited than usual this morning because our focus is on our small children. But before we get to that, make sure you have shared our satsang links and encourage all the children that you know and all the parents and so on in your circle to join us now for satsang. Well, actually, coming to think about it, who is not a children? Who is not a child? We are all, yes, children. So in many ways, the satsang is about all of us, not just the small ones. So invite everyone, share the links. Now, I can tell you from our experiences in the past with our projects and activities, quite often the adults enjoy what we do for the small children, sometimes more than the small children themselves. And look, Nani Kumari is laughing because she knows this is so true. And often we can hear elders saying, I wish we had such opportunities when we were small to learn so many things that children can now learn. So today it's all about our experiences here at the Hindu Prachaar Kendra, working with children and learning from them and through them. And you will see when I share some of their very, I'll say their insightful quips and responses, of which we have quite a nice collection. I hope we can publish it one day. So we will share some of this in between all that we are doing. So the intention this morning is less talk. And I am happy because I have a sore throat this morning, not COVID, just a little bug that's going around. So it's a less talk kind of morning and lots of singing and chanting to celebrate with all the wonderful children who are here. So I want to actually share with you why we decided to focus on children today. And the main reason is we would have been getting in full gear for, if it was normal circumstances, we would have been at full pace to be ready for our flagship project. And that is the Heritage Vacation course, which has been going on for almost about 18 years. Well, we missed a couple of years now here at the Hindu Prachaar Kendra. And it would always start the week after school closes. So when did school close? Right, yes, school closed this week. So we would have been getting organized. And our Heritage Vacation course, it's a multidiscipline course. I'm sharing this with you so that you will know. And it is focused on heritage and service learning and nurturing children who will be capable and confident in their identity and in all spaces that they find themselves, so that they can be truly enlightened citizens of our country and of this world. And many of these young adults who are serving us right now, they have grown up in the Heritage Vacation course, and you can see how the service learning and heritage and all of that has played a very important role in their lives. So this is why we thought we'll invite some of these children and families to join us this morning. Sadly, we are not fully ready because we are still working on the classrooms and the Heritage Center. It's not fully ready. We don't have the kitchen, many things. So next year, we hope we can restart fully. And then C exam results were released just a couple days ago. So this also falls in very nicely with our focus today, and we are so very proud of all our children who wrote the C exam. It has not been an easy couple of years for them with all the preparation that's required. This pandemic has been tough for the adults. So you can imagine how tough it would have been for our children, and their lives have been quite topsy-turvy with all the ongoing adjustments, and that added to all the normal burdens of the C exam. So every effort of every child is worthy of commendation and celebration. And naturally, for many children and their parents and teachers, there's a little relief now, so a little relaxation until it's time to get going again. And then another thing fell in place very nicely. Now, you would have heard me talking many times before about what an enriching dharmic civilization we belong to. There's always something going on. There's always something to learn, something to experience. And across the many regions of India, there's a lot that takes place that we are not aware of at all. Actually, right here in Trinidad, in a small place like Trinidad, only yesterday, someone was talking to me about Ganesh Utsav, which is coming up soon also. And I want you, all of you adults and older ones, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, 3 to 4 decades ago, did you know of Ganesh Utsav? Did you grow up knowing about Ganesh Utsav? Very few people would have known about it. And she was, this person was commenting that she never knew of it. And it's now such a big occasion for us. It was going on in South for many decades, over 100 years, right in our own country. But we didn't know. So too, there's a lot. Imagine how vast, how big India is, and we have some special friends from India. I'll acknowledge them later down. Welcome to our mandir this morning. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Mayanti ji, for bringing them. So you can imagine the regional festivals, how many exist, and the proliferation that exists. Krishna and I, we always remember when we went to South India, Tamil Nadu, at the ashram, our first experience of Pongal, and the Kartigai Deepam, doing Girivalam, so many wonderful things. We were mesmerized. So why am I saying this? Well, the third reason for that really enhances our focus on children this morning. Towards the end of satsang, we will join with some Gujarati families who are there in the US to worship Randal Mataji. Now, who is Randal Mataji? Many persons will not know. She is the consort of Bhagwan Surya. And many traditions, we know her as Sanjana. The consort of Surya Narayan is Sanjana. And Randal Mataji is worshipped by that Gujarati community for many reasons, but especially for the blessing of a happy family and for very happy and prosperous and successful children. So here's something interesting also. She is the mother of someone that many people fear. Who do you fear? Not your parents and grandparents and teachers and so on. You know, think there's someone that everyone fears. Or something everyone fears. Generally, people don't want it to happen. They're laughing, sorry, we're laughing. Yamaraj. Yes, the mother acknowledged as the mother of Yamaraj. And you know, if you look in the Kathopanishad, if you remember, we did this before, it is a child who teaches us that Yamaraj is not to be feared. Any of you remember the name of that child? Prachaar? Nachiketas. Raviji, take notes, huh? Yes. Somebody said Prachaar, I wouldn't call the name. Not Prachaar. Nachiketas. Nachiketas is the Shishya and Yamaraj is the Guru. So we want to thank Kanak Ben and all the members of the Trivedi family and all their whole community there for their sharing and inviting us to join with them in some small way for this tradition. And also we say thanks for sending some goodies for our children, whom we'll honor at the end, towards the end of satsang. And the tradition is very similar to our Kanya Puja. So I did say less talk, and that was actually a lot of talk, so let's get to some singing, and we have chosen simple kirtans and special songs that the children like and enjoy a lot. So let's create the most uplifting, wonderful, powerful vibrations as we praise Bhagwan Krishna in this first kirtan. And if you have been following satsang, when we are chanting our kirtans and clapping and singing along, what are we trying to do? Keep the bhav. Correct, you make up for that, okay? Keep the bhav. So the first kirtan, He Murali Madhava, Radhe Krishna Keshava. You have to do the 1, 2, 3, clap, okay? He Murali Madhava, Radhe Krishna Keshava, Keshava Madhava, clap, clap, clap. I hope all the children remember that, okay? Keshava Madhava. I want everyone viewing us and the whole space to be filled up with the sound of your clap. And all adults, please don't be distracted by small children running around. Our space has always been open for small children to come and run around. So just let them be, just the parents keep a little eye that they don't hurt themselves. So let's praise Bhagwan Krishna. The copy will come up for those of you at home on screen. You can follow, but simple words. We sing along. Hey Murali Madhava, Radhe Krishna Keshava.
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 Keshava Madhava, Keshava Madhava, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana Radhe Krishna Jai Gopal. Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana Radhe Krishna Jai Gopal. Nanda Nandana Radhe Sham, Nanda Nandana Radhe Sham, Indu Vadana Megha Sham. Nanda Nandana Radhe Sham, Indu Vadana Megha Sham. Keshava Madhava, Keshava Madhava, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana Radhe Krishna Jai Gopal. Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana Radhe Krishna Jai Gopal. Kaliya Nartana Radhe Sham, Kaliya Nartana Radhe Sham, Kamsa Vishurana Megha Sham. 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 Keshava Madhava, Keshava Madhava, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana Radhe Krishna Jai Gopal. Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana Radhe Krishna Jai Gopal. Panduranga Radhe Sham, Pandarinatha Megha Sham. 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 Keshava Madhava, Keshava Madhava, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana Radhe Krishna Jai Gopal. Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana Radhe Krishna Jai Gopal. Bhakta Vatsala Radhe Sham, Bala Gopala Megha Sham. 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 Keshava Madhava, Keshava Madhava, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana Radhe Krishna Jai Gopal. Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana Radhe Krishna Jai Gopal. Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana Radhe Krishna Jai Gopal. Keshava Yadava Yadava Nandana Radhe Krishna Jai Gopal. Boliye Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Jai Sri Krishna.
Jai.
It always makes you feel like you could get up and do a little dance, Kamalaji. Yes, so wonderful. So, as I said at the beginning, in between our chanting this morning, I'll be sharing some very interesting encounters we have had while teaching many of these children who are here this morning at our Heritage Vacation course. And occasionally, while doing kathas and satsangs, I refer to some of them from time to time. So our next kirtan is going to be on Balabhim Hanumanji, another favorite of the children. So I'm sharing with you what happened during a fire drill at the Kendra, because we're teaching them dharmic heritage, but they also have to know how to live in this world and how to be safe, and if there are untoward circumstances, accidents, all of these things, how to respond, so to be fully prepared. So doing the fire drill is actually one special session that we have. So they were learning how to out the fires and what to do in case of an emergency. So this is a 7-year-old boy that he says to the fireman, who is not Hindu, not Indian, "It have one fire you can't out," right? There's one fire you can't put out. So the fireman said, "Well, which fire?" So he says, "I play Hanuman in the small class, right? And when I burn in Lanka with my tail, the fire is so powerful, no fireman in Lanka couldn't even out it." Right? Oh, no fireman in the whole world can't out that fire. So the fireman was naturally very taken aback, and I had to go quickly and explain to him why this child was saying that. So he, they are trained to deal with children and circumstances all the time. So he said to the 7-year-old boy, but why are you burning down that place? You shouldn't set fires, that's a bad thing. So he says, it named Lanka, and it was ruled by a bad king. His name was Ravan, and we supposed to destroy the things that bad. So we burned down Lanka, and then we burned the bad king Ravan too after Sri Ram killed him. So real fire. And we have referred to some of these things because you see, things that are terrible, they need to be totally destroyed. You don't leave it to germinate again. So the fireman was amused, and then he said, "But how are you doing all of that with your tail and you are not getting burnt? What kind of fire is that?" And this child so lovingly, I was so happy that time, it brought tears to my eyes. He said, "Because Sri Ram protected me." What a thing. And he says, when you behave good, God does save you and protect you from harm. So let our children know and grow in goodness. If we can do that, what happy, wonderful children we will have. We talk all the time about being a sajjan. Sajjan, being a good person. So let us celebrate that Hanuman Baba potential in that boy and in all our children who understood that Sri Rama is with me, and whatever danger he is going to save me and empower me and help me to conquer. Maruti Raya Balabhima. Maruti Raya Balabhima. Maruti Raya Balabhima. भजना लागे रे प्रेमा भजना लागे रे प्रेमा बोले पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय जय श्री राम. So we will join now in one of our very delightful Geets, local composition written by Ravi Ji, and I was checking yesterday, this is 32 years old. This composition, older than many of our technical crew, and Indraji used to be one of the original singers of this. And the Geet, it is rooted in the Namkaran, the naming, giving of the name to Sri Rama and celebrating Sri Ram avatar. And recently in our country here, there was a raging debate and debacle about our Hindu names. And this is a narrative for another time, not for now when we are focusing on our children. So in one of the classes, we were talking about names because we like to tell the children the meaning of their names, because a name is an instruction. So we explain their names to them, those who have Hindu names and so on. So this is a reply from an 8-year-old girl, right? So I said, tell me something you know about your name. So children will give different responses. And I was so amused when this response came. Geeta ji, here is something about my name. I didn't choose it. Can you imagine that? I didn't choose my name. Well, obviously, because, So I said to her, 8-year-old girl, most of these stories are from the children who are 10 and under. If you had chosen your name, what will you name yourself? What name will you give yourself? So she said, flowers. She said, I will name myself Flowers, right? Not our expensive flower in Trinidad right now, right? Flowers, pool, right? So I said, flowers? She said, yes, because they are very pretty. And everyone loves flowers. So I said, yes, agreed, that's wonderful. But you have to choose one name from amongst all the flowers. So what do you think will be the first flower I will see? Everybody, rose. So I said, rose. She said, nah. Exora, nah. And I was calling flowers. Genda. What is that? Chameli. What is that, Geeta ji? And one of the special things that we do during our course here is we take our children to walk in the yard to see the sacred space with all the sacred plants and flowers, and we teach them to identify each one. And although we've done all the renovations here, we've still kept a space in front for all the sacred trees and plants and so on. So I was calling, so she didn't know what is Genda, what is Chameli, and it's a teaching opportunity also, so then you teach and you explain about it. So I started calling all the Hindu names. So she said, no. I said, well, which flower you want to be? She said, I would pick lotus. I will pick lotus. Me too? Child said, I will pick lotus. I said, wow, okay, nice, but why? This is an 8-year-old girl. Because Mata Lakshmi sits in the lotus. So she will sit in me, in my heart. And she also holds the lotus, Geeta ji, so she will hold me. What? I mean, it's such a deep thought. So innocent, such an innocent utterance. But what perception, And we talk about this often. Be the lotus beautiful. It resides and it thrives where? In the murky waters, but it transcends its circumstance. So let us rejoice in the power of the name Ram Nam and Sri Ram Avatar and all the divine possibilities that are there in our children. So our refrain is call him Ram. I hope you all remember this. Jo Ananda Sindhu Sukharasi. So whenever we have a lead, after we do the chorus, all the children, what are you chanting? Call him Ram together. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram. Jo Ananda Sindhu Sukharasi, Sri Karate Trailoka Supasi, So Sukhadam Rama Salam, So Sukhadam Rama Salam, Akhila Lokanayaka Visharam, Akhila Lokanayaka Visharam, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Bolo, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram. He who is blessed, call him Ram. He who is all this, call him Ram. He the Brahman, call him Ram. He the champion, call him Ram. Call him Ram, chant his name. Raghukula Ram, Ayodhyapati Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram. Bolo, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram. The whole wide world, call him Ram. Set the Guru bold, call him Ram. All in Ayodhya, call him Ram. All for Dharma, call him Ram. Call him Ram, chant his name. Raghukula Ram, Ayodhyapati Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram. Bolo, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram. बोलिए सियापति रामचंद्र की जय. Jai Shri Ram. So just maybe one or two more, because we try to stick with our time of an hour and 15 minutes. So here's another one. So apart from Ravan, if you have to pick someone, because we teach them about all the different characters and personalities in the Ramcharitmanas, if you have to pick someone who is dishonest and who is a trickster, who will you pick? So there were many different responses. Shrupanakha and many others were there. So this 9-year-old boy says, Marich. Marich. This is how it went. So I said, well, why you pick Marich? Gita ji, he was smart. But sometimes smart people do stupid things. Listen, you can't make this up. These are children speaking. He followed Ravan and he did dishonest things. This is a child speaking. So I said, so what is wrong if you are dishonest? Right? Explain to me, child, what is wrong if you are dishonest? And the child replies, you will never be happy. The child is speaking. And what is wrong if you follow Ravan? Gita ji, you're going to end up dead. Child is speaking. king, you know. And death here doesn't have to be, I mean, yes, he's referring to death of a physical death, death of the body. But how many times have we already died? Following Ravan. Ravan is an idea. Ravan is a mental condition, as we have explored before. Those two potentials are there in us. The Sri Ram potential and the Ravan potential also. So this child identifies marriage because of that and is intelligent to realize, you know, people just be smart and intelligent and all of that. But when you look around, see how many foolish things are being done. And he was there married, living his life, and Ravan came and was influenced by Ravan and became dishonest, and then what? Is attacked by Sri Ram. So, and slain by Sri Ram. So he makes reference to this. So this wonderful vow that I will call the innocence and the purity of childhood. Let us praise it in this bhajan that Shantaji is going to lead us in. It celebrates the Baal Leela of Bhagwan Krishna, Choti Choti Gaya, all the calves, everyone is so small, and the cows are going, the gopis, all the boys, the cowherd boys, they are also going behind, the lakoti, the stick, everything, it's small. But in that Leela, everything is small, but it's about something that is what? Very big and very vast. So let us celebrate all the wonderful things potential in our children. Come. छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल बोले श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय. Jai Sri Krishna. So one more and one more Geet and then we will close off. So how do you build a house? What do you need to build a house? Oh yes, money of course. What do you need to build a house? A building? A builder. Yes, of course you need a builder for the house. What do you need to build a house? What? What, Shay? A plan. Wait, we're getting some real technical answers here. I thought people will tell me bricks and concrete and cement and equipment. One say a builder, the next one saying land, the next one saying a plan. Great answers because we have to have all of these things. What do you need to, Sri Ram? Yes, Sri Ram Kripa. What do you need to build a home? What do you need to build a home? A foundation? Yes, we need a foundation to build a home. What kind of foundation? Kamalaji? Yes, so this is the point. There is a difference between house and home. And you kind of need the same things. You need to have builder, you need to have material, you need to have a plan and all of that. But we are largely focused on building the house that we forget. I am enjoying all these answers. People who are viewing us virtually, I wish you were here to enjoy this live and direct because we can't share everything and the interaction is so wonderful, yeah. Yeah, we're busy building a family, correct? Yes. Focused on the house. That we forget about the plan for the home. So our next song, the Geet is going to celebrate and instruct us about this. But one more bit of sharing. I like to call this, I was thinking of a name, Does It. You know in Trinidad, if you tell someone, does it. What does that mean? I don't know if my Auntie G, did you tell them what does it means? No. Does it. It means what? You leave, you go. Yeah? It's removed, disconnected, gone, right? So everyone knows Ravan. Do you all know any other name for Ravan? It's another name for Ravan. Yes, see some of them have remembered. Dasanan. Dasanan. Das means 10, Anand means face, 10 heads. So we had done this with them. So we were doing revision and so I said we did another word, we learned a word, right? A name for Ravan. Come on, what are the words that you all know? Think, that starts with das. Okay? I don't like to give free advertisement, but one child did say dasani. Right? Water. Right? So I said, no, we are talking about the class. It wasn't Ish. Ish is smiling over here, not Ish, right? So they couldn't remember. So I said, then one child said, I know, das. So I said, no, and she said, dust that you have to clean, Gita Ji, dust. I said, no, there's a word I want to know about. So we started talking about das Anand. And then one child said, you know why Ravan was so hardened? Because this is their language. Ravan was so hardened because when you have one head, you just be hardened. Because when you have 10 heads, Gita Ji, how hardened, right? So this word das became a point of discussion. So I said, so what we have to do? So she said, well, the boy said, we have to make dasanan, das it. Right? So that was the phrase for the class. Dasanan, have to das it. So I said, explain and let's talk about it. How will we make dasan and dasit? Like what, home in your house when your parents sweeping and cleaning and all of that? So here's a response. Yes, to get rid of dust, right, we have to sweep and clean. But even when we sweep and clean sometimes, Gitaji, my mommy does have to come with the mop because sometimes all the dust don't come out. And that does be extra work because mommy has to do extra cleaning. So a little tip from this child, do some extra cleaning. Not of your house, but of your home. We have to cleanse, you know. So simple little things like that. The things that are not good for us, not healthy, we have to what? Dust it. This is why we go Ganga Dhara what? We just went to Ganga Dhara. We go and we dip right now, Alaji. We taking what? The holy dip, the bath to cleanse. The real bath, the real tirat is when the mind is cleansed and reconditioned and repurposed, to use the modern words. So these wonderful sentiments we celebrate in the cleaning of our homes. Let's do extra cleansing in the home, also in the house, but certainly in the home. We'll sing this together and then we'll get organized for our arati and to honor our children. Rama, 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 Ram. 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 Rama, we want our children like you.
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 दानिशेरो मणि कृपानिधि नाथ कहाओ सती भाऊ चाहो तुम्हि समान सुत प्रभु सन कवन दुराऊ. The hero of our dharma and our karma too. Rama, we want our children like you. Rama, 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 we want our children like you.
Rama, we want our children like you.
In the front of our home, flowers and bees, colorful dandies dancing in the breeze. In the darkest of night, there's a sacred light. From a diya in the yard, a Hindu home in sight. Our home must reflect the Hindu dharma way. Sita Ram Namaskar, we greet you every day. Rama, 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 Ram. Rama, 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 Ram. Rama, we want our children like you.
Rama, we want our children like you.
In the home we must try to Nitya Sri Rama.
As fathers, we must try to be like Prabhu Rama.
As mothers we must try to be like Sita Maya. As brothers we must try to be like Bharata. The Guru must try to be like Tulsi Baba. The Hindu couple must try to be like Sita Rama. Rama, 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 Ram. Rama, 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 Ram. Rama, we want our children like you. 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 Boliye Siyapati Ramchandra ki Jai. Jai Shri Ram. Very beautiful line. Rama, we want our children like you. We want our children to be like Sri Ram and Sita Mata. but we have to create the enabling, nurturing environment for that to take place. So before we close off satsang with our arti and our ceremony to join with the Gujarati families there in the US who are also worshipping at this time to honor Randal Mataji through our children, we must chant our morning mantra that we have been learning. So just be focused. Many of the children here know this mantra. If you still need to follow, you can look at Bhavani ji and Shanta ji here. This is our Dharti Pranam mantra that we are learning very early in the morning. I'm not sharing the meaning anymore. You can follow. There, you all please, Shanta ji, you all chant it together. So my throat.
Om Karagre Vasate Lakshmi Karamadhe Saraswati Karamule Tu Govinda Prabhate Karadarshanam Samudra Vasane Devi Parvata Stana Mandali Vishnu Patni Namastubhyam Padasparsham Shamasvami.
Ambe Mata Ki Jai. So the voice survived, but it's about to die. So we'll organize for the Jai Bolo Jagadamba Bhavani, and we'll all sing together. So we'll focus across there. Guru Mata, Nandeji, all those, please get the children to come across, and we'll begin Arati. Everyone please stand.
Jai Bolo Jagadamba Bhavani, Jai Bolo Jagadamba Bhavani, Jai Bolo Jagadamba Bhavani, Jai Bolo Jagadamba Bhavani. साधकिया मैया मगना भई है, 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 साधकिया मुस्कानी भवानी, साधकिया मुस्कानी भवानी, साधकिया मुस्कानी भवानी, साधकिया मुस्कानी भवानी. जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी, जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी, जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी, जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी. पियरी देखी मैया मगना भई है, पियरी देखी मैया मगना भई है, पियरी देखी मैया मगना भई है, पियरी देखी मैया मगना भई है. सिंदूर देखी मुस्कानी भवानी, सिंदूर देखी मुस्कानी भवानी, सिंदूर देखी मुस्कानी भवानी, सिंदूर देखी मुस्कानी भवानी. जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी, जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी, जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी, जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी. पूरा देखी मैया मगना भई है, पूरिया देखी मैया मगना भई है, पूरिया देखी मैया मगना भई है, पूरिया देखी मैया मगना भई है. जया देखी मुस्कानी भवानी, जया देखी मुस्कानी भवानी, जया देखी मुस्कानी भवानी, जया देखी मुस्कानी भवानी. जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी, जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी, जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी, जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी. हो मैं तो देखी मैया मगना भई है, हो मैं तो देखी मैया मगना भई है, हो मैं तो देखी मैया मगना भई है, हो मैं तो देखी मैया मगना भई है. चकिया देखी मुस्कानी भवानी,
देखी मुस्कानी भवानी।
जय बोलो जगदम्बा 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 भवानी।
साधकीय मय मग्न भई है।
साधकीय मय मग्न भई है।
साधकीय मुस्कानी भवानी।
साधकीय मुस्कानी भवानी।
जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी।
जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी।
जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी।
जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी।
पियरी देखी माया मग्न भई है।
पियरी देखी मय मग्न भई है।
सिंदूर देखी मुस्कानी भवानी।
सिंदूर देखी मुस्कानी भवानी।
जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी।
जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी।
जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी।
जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी।
पुरिया देखी माया मग्न भई है।
पुरिया देखी मय मग्न भई है।
जय देखी मुस्कानी भवानी।
जय देखी मुस्कानी भवानी।
जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी।
जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी।
जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी।
जय बोलो जगदम्बा भवानी।
होमित देखी माया मग्न भई है।
होमित देखी मय मग्न भई है।
चकिया देखी मुस्कानी भवानी।
चकिया देखी मुस्कानी भवानी।
जय बोलो जगदम्बा 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 भवानी। ओ हर हर महादेव गंगे काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो। हर हर महादेव गंगे काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
हर हर महादेव गंगे काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
हर हर महादेव गंगे काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
हर हर महादेव गंगे।
ओ हर हर महादेव गंगे।
हर हर महादेव गंगे।
ओ हर हर महादेव गंगे।
काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
हर हर महादेव गंगे। काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
ओ हर हर महादेव गंगे काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
हर हर महादेव गंगे।
ओ 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 हर हर महादेव गंगे।
हर हर महादेव गंगे।
ओ हर हर महादेव गंगे।
काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
हर हर महादेव गंगे। काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
ओ हर हर महादेव गंगे काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
हर हर महादेव गंगे। काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
हर हर महादेव गंगे काशी विश्वनाथ शंभो।
जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम।
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 राम राम
Ram, Jai Jai Siya Ram.
Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai Siya Ram.
Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai Siya Ram.
We join in closing mantras as we pray for everyone and everything. Om Durjano Sajano Bhuyat Sajana Shanti Matnuyat Shanto Mucheta Bandebhyo Muktaschanyan Vimochayet Swasti Prajapya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahimahishta Om Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Tasakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Yav Shanti Antarikshagum Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapa Shanti Aushadaya Shanti Vanaspataya Shanti Vishvedeva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagum Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Sama Shanti Redhi Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Jug Pranam together.
Siya Ram mein sab jag jaani,
Karo Pranam Jodi Jug Pani. Siya Ram mein sab jag jaani, Karo Pranam Jodi Jug Pani.
जय श्री राम
जय।
जयकार विचान प्रेम से और जोर से बोलिए गजानन स्वामी की श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की उमापति महादेव की
जय।
जगदम्बे माता की
जय।
पवन सुत हनुमान की सियापति रामचंद्र की गोस्वामी तुलसीदास की ट्रिनिडाद और टोबैगो देश की बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय 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 सीताराम. Please take your seats, everyone. I hope my voice will survive all the announcements. So again, I just want to acknowledge and thank Kanak Ban and others for inviting us to join with them this morning. And we hope the Divine Mother, with all her powerful, energetic forms, will protect our children and bless all of them, empower and enlighten their minds, and may all their talents flourish and every success be theirs. And we pray that Divine Mother will bless all our families and homes. I know they're supposed to be dancing along with this worship Nailaji and Guru Mataji, but we didn't have any dancing. You know, the Gujaratis dance a lot, so that's part of the celebration as well. So maybe another time we'll be able to join in the dancing aspect. So this morning, as I mentioned before, we want to welcome my Auntie Ji, your teachers who have come to visit us from the Mahatma Gandhi Institute. And I have the names: Shri Sadanand Brahmabat, the vocal teacher from the Institute; Sri Ajay Rathi, the yoga teacher, Yogacharya; and Shri Ranjani Umeshji, who teaches dance. Thank you for coming to our mandir this morning, and we'll meet afterwards, of course. So next week, the focus of our satsang will be Guru Purnima, because Guru Purnima, it will be on the 13th, I think, 13th of July. So we will have our celebration and all the teachings and guidance to be given on a Sunday morning for satsang. So we will have a special satsang on Sunday morning, and it is so important for us to always honor those who teach us. And we have shared a lot about this. We have the academic teachers who teach a different kind of knowledge, the secular knowledge. We have those gurus who have initiated us, who teach us about spirituality and about life and so on in our homes. Parents and elders are the gurus there also. So we are what? Surrounded by gurus, and those of us who fill those roles, we are supposed to be filling it to the best of our ability. So next week we will talk some more about that. So those are our announcements for this morning. I want to thank all the parents who brought the children. But no, children, thank you for bringing your parents this morning. Those are usually, the children get dropped off sometimes, and the parents and grandparents go back to get busy with all the chores and so on at home. But it's wonderful to see you all. How many of you wrote the C exam? Just stand up quickly if you wrote C exam. Only Vandana. Okay, I thought we had some. Oh, Aryadhana, you also wrote C exam. Lovely. So we congratulate all our children for their successes in the C exam, and we wish everyone the Divine Mother's blessings. So we'll meet and greet each other, and a very blessed happy birthday to our dear Priya, who is having her birthday tomorrow. So Priya is under studying and training in the tech team. So one day we'll bring Priya in front of the camera. Should we bring her today? Yes. Are you off already, Praveshji? Let them see Priya. Go turn around if you can. Yes. Priya, smile at the camera. Yes. So very blessed, happy birthday, Priya, and thank you for your service to us as well. Namaskar, everyone. Have a blessed, safe, wonderful, productive week.